Nothing is impossible with God. Mary receives a message from the angel about her conceiving a son. And she doesn't understand how this is going to be, since she's not even married at this point. And the angel gives her assurance that whatever is going to happen to her is going to be by the power of the Holy Spirit, for nothing is impossible with God. The angel also makes reference to the cousin of Mary, Elizabeth, who in her old age has also conceived a son, something that ordinarily is not supposed to happen considering her age. But if nothing is impossible with God, then it is possible for her to conceive even in her old age. What we are getting from this encounter between Mary and the angel Gabriel is the reality of a possible God. Certain things happen. Yes, we understand they have happened, but we don't know where they've come from. We don't know how they have happened. We don't know how possible such a thing could happen. If we were able to comprehend everything, maybe, just maybe, we would be gods ourselves. But there's certain mystery that God has attached to life, such that when we reach the end, when we reach the finishing line, that line where our mind are not able to go beyond, then we can kneel before God and say, God, what is this? What has happened? Why has it happened? Faith exists because there's something that we are not able to comprehend about life and about God himself. Faith exists because we are not gods ourselves. There's something that is higher than ourselves, and that is God. And it is to that higher being that we are supposed to submit. The submission of Mary could also be our own submission when we fail to understand certain things that happen. Mary says, behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done to me according to your word. She submits, because her mind is also limited. It is not able to comprehend everything that is going to happen in her life. And so the only thing that she can do is to kneel and submit to God. When we realize that there's a point where we can end and where we can only submit to God, that in itself becomes an act of faith. Maybe there are deaths that are happening in the family. You're experiencing deaths, within a short space of time, and you want to understand why such a thing is happening. Maybe you graduated with your friends from school, but all your friends have found employment, and you're the only one that is still roaming around looking for employment. And you want to understand, but why? Maybe you were even, or let me say, you had even better marks than those your friends. They found employment and they've moved on with their life, and you are there roaming around, and you want to understand, why is such a thing happening? Maybe you are in and out of the hospital and you don't understand why. Where has this come from? You have tried all sorts of medicines. Where has this come from? You are wondering. Your mind is wondering, what is going on? You try to start business. You invest so much money, everything just goes down. You try another business, you invest so much money, everything just goes down. And your question is, why? Mary teaches us to submit to the God of possibilities. There are certain things that we might think maybe they are impossible. Maybe I am not meant to start working to find employment. Maybe it is impossible for me to get healed from this disease. Maybe it is impossible for me to get out of this particular situation. Mary teaches us to submit to God and say, let it be done to me according to your word. Even when something bad has happened, we should still give thanks to God. We should still submit to God. Our lives, our minds, our existence is limited until we begin to acknowledge the presence of the infinite God in our life. Our prayer today is that we learn to submit. We learn the aspect of submission. Submission is a profound aspect of faith. And this is what Mary does. She can't understand everything. And so she says, let it be done to me according to your word.